So I went in for suicidal ideations at the very end of April. And I got to bed May 1st, and I didn't get out until May 5th, roughly. Going in, I was terrified. Just felt ashamed. Just about every thought you could think of that would make you want to leave, I had it. It was going through my head. But I knew I needed to be there. There was just no other way, no other place, no other way I could be treated. It was hard. The first place you go into is a secured area. There are no windows. And you stay there until you get to bed. And I spent about a day in there, day and a night. And then the following morning, I got a bed on the ninth floor. And then a armed cop, along with some nurses, came, put me in a wheelchair, and started wheeling me down to that floor. The elevator ride was something else. I got presented with one last opportunity to end my life. The officer that took me up, and I did make a point to say something about this to the staff at the hospital. You know, he had his he was standing profile to me in a very crowded elevator, and more people just kept coming in, and it just got crowded to the point where I was just so out of it that I was just almost, I don't even know the word for it, but it was a pretty tense moment. I didn't move a muscle, but when he moved, he leaned over, and his pistol became available to me. And it was perfect setup. It was the kind of setup you see in like a some kind of action movie where just everything lines up perfectly. Like the orderly behind me was stuck behind the wheelchair. There was other people there that the police officer was bent over, and he had his gun right there. I didn't move a muscle in my neck, but my eyes darted right to it, and in just a few seconds, an entire, no, not even that, a second, at least two scenarios played out in my head. Both start the same way. I would have, all I had to do when, he was just in such a bad, awkward moment. I think he was complacent because he's done this job for so long. But so while he was standing profile to me, facing behind me, and he was pushing buttons and helping people in, his pistol suddenly became, his wheel gun was just so conveniently right there that if I had acted, it would have been mine in a heartbeat. Because of how awkward he had placed himself, I only had to stand up, put my right arm out above him, and then I would have had my hand on his wheel gun and pulled it right out. I could have shot myself twice or caused more carnage because they would have just been absolutely at my mercy. But yeah, it played out in a second in my head, two scenarios. One where, yeah, I shot myself, and the other one I still shot myself, but I caused some carnage. Hurt people hurt people. That was hard. Because I didn't notice it at first because of the way he was standing. I didn't move a muscle. I was just looking forward the whole time. I was so out of it. Until that moment when he first exposed it. And he exposed it several times. It just would have been perfect. Because I just had to put my arm up over him, grab his gun, and then push my foot into the wall, and I would have had the orderly pinned behind the wheelchair. It was perfect. Didn't move a muscle. Didn't move a single thing in my neck, but my eyes darted to it. And that played out, and I just closed my eyes. Closed my eyes and just waited till the elevator ride was over. I promptly told a nurse about it after I was being taken into intake. That it was, I don't know, I passed the test. But it's not one I'd ever want to face again.